Greetings. Hello, it's me, Young Chuck. I've just finished watching the 2010 motion picture, The Book of Eli, starring Denzel Washington, Mila Kunis, and Gary Oldman. It was a violent movie. It was graphic. It was bloody. It was gruesome. Hold on, before we get any further, yes, I am wearing a stylish cap right now. It's a makeshift hairnet because I have rosemary oil in my hair right now, so I don't turn into a bald person. And it looks ugly on camera, so I'm wearing this stylish little hairnet. Anyways, The Book of Eli was a violent and gruesome, grisly movie. People were getting torn apart, ripped limb from limb by Denzel Washington's character. He was a man of religious inclination. This faith is what drives him forward. This is what pushes him. It's what makes him get out of bed in the morning. He was saddled with a task to go west. Bring the Bible west. I think this is really fitting. I think this is probably the most realistic element of the movie. If there is any place in the world that desperately needs Jesus, it's California. So I found that when he was going to California and past the Golden Gate Bridge and was, in San Francisco or LA or whatever the fuck it is, and bringing them the Bible, I thought, yeah, this makes sense. So he's on a quest to the west, right? He's alone, he's doing his thing, he's on his fucking adventure, and he happens across a town, a big town in this post-apocalyptic wasteland. And this is where he encounters the main bad guy of the film, who is portrayed by Gary Oldman. And Gary Oldman is a real shit eater. He is just someone that you hate almost instantly, a real slimy, sleazy sack of puke. And he is looking for something. He's been looking for something for his whole life. And what is it? It's the King James Bible. But here's the thing. Eli has the King James Bible. It's the only copy of the King James Bible left in existence. Holy shit. So, it's an important Bible, right? So, Eli has the Bible. Gary Oldman wants the Bible. Once Gary Oldman finds out that Denzel Washington has the Bible, shit gets fucking intense, right? Guns, explosions, threats. So this movie is a roller coaster ride of violence. You have rocket launchers, cannibalism, people getting their head chopped off. So it really runs the gamut of violence. And if that's your thing, good for you. I felt myself kind of losing focus in and out of the movie, but that's probably just because of my medical conditions. So at its core, right, you might think this is a religious movie, right, with the goal of Denzel Washington essentially saving humanity by reintroducing the Bible into post-apocalyptic life, right? At the surface, that's what this movie seems to be about. But when you dig deeper and actually watch the movie, all this really is a tale of a man who travels from place to place, hoping for a spot to recharge his iPod Classic. That's really all the movie is about. A man who's looking to listen to some music on his iPod and chop some people's heads off. And I can relate to the first half. I know the feeling of having an iPod running out of batteries, and I know the feeling of having it recharged. And I really can't imagine living in a world where I wasn't able to listen to my favorite music on demand. So I really feel for Denzel Washington in his predicament. He values his iPad almost as much as the Bible, so it might get a little sacrilegious there, but that's Hollywood, baby. Sacrilegious is its middle name. Holly, sacrilegious, wood. Mila Kunis was in this movie. Loved her. She's kind of got girl boss energy in this movie, to be honest, especially when she wears her cool sunglasses. Definite girl boss energy. Obviously, Denzel Washington fucking slays, okay? No one's got swag like Papa Denzel. I don't really know much about movies. That's why I'm kind of going on this voyage here with you. But I do know that Denzel Washington is pretty fucking baller. So I'm not sure if he has any bad movies. If you are a movie expert and you think there is a Denzel movie where he sucks a butt, please let me know. I'd love to review it and compare it to his performance in The Book of Eli. So what do we got? Okay, so we talked about fucking Denzel Washington. We talked about Mila Kunis. Gary Oldman, fantastic villain in this movie. You're really rooting for everything bad possible to happen to him. And you're afraid that you might not get your wish, but I'll tell you, it resolves nicely. Everything resolves where Gary Oldman got what was coming to him. He maybe deserved more, frankly, but it was still a satisfying end. An end that I accurately foretold. I don't know that I'll necessarily spoil it for you. The main spoiler will come now. So if you want to watch The Book of Eli someday and you don't want it to be spoiled for you, plug your ears, click away from the video. I don't know, do something, okay? Because I'm going to spill the beans right now. In 3, 2, 1. The big plot twist, Shyamalan style, is, hold on, get this, brace yourself. Denzel Washington is actually flipping blind in the movie. His eyes don't work. Or, I mean, they can't see. And this is revealed when, okay, so let me back up. Gary Oldman actually successfully steals the Bible from Denzel Washington, the only Bible left in existence. And obviously this is like, oh shit, right? Because Gary Oldman is going to use this for nefarious purposes. And, but plot twist, when Gary Oldman gets back home and intends to use this Bible for nefarious purposes, he realizes, lo and behold, that the Bible is actually in fricking Braille. Right? And he can't read the bumps and dots, so he's shit out of luck. And then flash forward to, or flash sideways to Denzel's situation. He is narrating the Bible to a man because he knows it by heart, obviously, the entire fucking Bible, because he's been reading it every day for 30 years, so obviously he can fucking recite it by heart. So that's what he does, which is quite impressive. And then Gary Oldman gets fucked. His wife is also blind, but she's like, I'm not going to read this book for you because you've treated me like shit and I'm turning on you. So girl power, nice, love that element. This kind of, at the end, really was screaming with feminist undertones. I think if we got a Book of Eli 2, it could be a feminist masterpiece if everything was done correctly. So I'm hoping that Hollywood pulls the trigger on Book of Eli 2 Feminist Edition. Let me think. Lastly, the last point here that I'm going to make. And it's a poignant point, so listen up, perk your ears, Sally. I have several qualms with this movie. My first qualm is that Denzel Washington likes his iPod, which is fine. There's no qualm with that. But what kind of headphones does he use? With his iPod, he uses Beats by Dre. Now, I'm not sure if his character just got really lucky and found a perfectly functioning pair of Beats by Dre in the post-apocalyptic abyss, or if it was merely a case of tasteless product placement. We may never know. I'm not sure. But seeing the Beats by Dre in Denzel Washington's ears so blatantly really took me out of this special world that the directors had created momentarily. It took me aback, right? I was like, why am I seeing these Beats by Dre? Dr. Dre, get out of here. Overrated headphones anyways, and it really just dates the movie, 2010. The second qualm, and a major qualm here, is that in the first fucking minute, Denzel Washington shoots a cat with an arrow. For seemingly no reason. Actually, he's shown throughout the movie to have a general dislike of cats. He shoots one in the first minute, and then later on in the movie, he pushes one off a bar table. He gives a nice, cute cat a big nudge. So I don't really know what that's about. A good man would love all of God's creatures equally, but maybe he's got trauma involving cats that was not discussed. I'm not sure. But you hate to see a cat get shot with an arrow at any point in the film, let alone the first fucking minute. So cool it next time, okay? All in all, I would say this movie was good. It was good, apart from the cat getting shot with the arrow. It was mainly a good movie. I am keen to watch it back now that I know Denzel Washington was blind, because that's fascinating. Holy smokes. It would change the way I watch the whole movie. Duh. So yeah, that was my review of The Book of Eli, starring Denzel Washington, Mila Kunis, and Gary Oldman. Thank you so much for spending these moments here with me. They are truly precious. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Have a great day / night / evening, afternoon. Bye-bye.